30. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. I'll call a meeting to order. We have a quorum. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Rich.
Morning. Contractor out working on the shouldering. They did some shoulder work on Saturday. Finished up shoulders here, I think, today or tomorrow on Thrush. And we'll find out. I haven't got any information on when they want to start the local.
I sent it to you. Without really seeing it.
Did you get that one?
Yeah, sorry.
So anyway, so we'll find out, I'm gonna Colton kind of check out some things and see if they've got a schedule planned for when the chemical equipment like the other roads yet, so nothing on that I know of. We've got shop drawings that were submitted for the 2-box culvert project. Don't have an ETA, or not an ETA, but an estimated time for construction yet, but I'm sure once they get the boxes, once they know the boxes are in production, it won't take them long to take the bridges out. That stuff done. Other than that, that's all I've got for this one. I do have, been talking about vehicles for RC and myself. We know it takes a long time to go through the state bid process. A lot of stuff it's hard to get a hold of it. You're out a year and a half sometimes in some of the stuff. Some have gone to some counties that just buying off a lot. We've contacted the people that do the sales for these actually happen to be from Brown Chevrolet in Urbandale. They do a lot of the state bid stuff. They happen to have a 3/4 ton pickup and a 1/2 ton pickup on the lot with state bid prices. The 3/4 ton, we're looking at 48.9 for a truck for RC, and then 42.5 for a 1/2 ton for me. And what we'll do is, it's okay, we'll get those 2 trucks, and then what I'll try to do is not drive it as long, and then I can put the 1/2 ton into the system along with RCs, and that way we can keep our other work truck fleet kind of moving instead of just kind of holding on to them forever. This Escape's got 194,000 miles on it, so 2012. So I've had it for quite a while. It's probably time to update it. What we'll do is we'll see what happens with it. We'll probably either take sealed bids on it, sell to the public between Mitchell and Worth County. See what happens. If you got
A lot more for gas.
actually, it's really gonna matter too much. I mean, getting 23 miles per gallon with the Escape and pickup is pushing pretty good mileage now with the way they've got everything. So probably not gonna change too much, but it will be a better vehicle for wintertime driving, and then I can also pick garbage up when I see it instead of calling the crew. But you guys are okay with it? We've kind of budgeted for stuff. We kind of need to cycle some equipment.
Yeah, you got your budget, get it.
And of course, we'll split the costs with mine with Mitchell County.
Yep.
Right, that's all I've got for you.
You guys got any other stuff for Rich?
I'll be RC will both be putting some things on the trucks, hopefully they help them. And I know he likes to put mud flaps and bug shields on them, to kind of keep that stuff down, toolboxes and stuff. I might want to add remote start on the one that is that remote start. I might have them do that, but by the time you get done with toolboxes and mud flaps and running boards, I think that's a remote start. They'll both be white. They're about color.
Good.
All right, appreciate it. That's all I've got for you.
All right. Drainage. I didn't see any claims. That was gone all week. Anything on drainage, guys? Other than we got a meeting today?
Yeah.
Claims?
For the next week.
You got any reports for me?
I will take a motion to approve the clerk report and the sheriff.
So move.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. You know,
New payroll and salary change. Looks like.
Marcus Majerski. And that'd be you. And Zach Hayden. That's the engineer too.
Based it.
I'll take a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a liquor license for Jostin.
I'll have to approve Joe Stop liquor license.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Fireworks, any more of them? Anything on the water system? I was just left on there.
I talked to Jason Friday, late morning. So the guys are out there painting that outside, getting the name off there, doing all that Friday already.
They're good.
And while they were up there, there's no locks up on the top hatch. And the ladder had not ever been locked.
Really?
So people have been climbing up there, drinking beer, throwing the glass bottles inside the tank.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so who knows when, how long ago, but evidently it's probably been like that since it was built. So they got a padlock from Chris Myers to lock the top. And then he had asked about ordering it's a big stainless steel that goes over the ladder. It's got locks on it, so you cannot climb it. They're $3,500. I told him to order it.
Yeah, we don't want
It's
them
part
up
of
there.
this because
We don't want them up there, period.
I said that we are lucky that, obviously we know people are up there, we're lucky nobody's
Oh, that's a nice.
fallen. So anyways, they got most all the glass cleaned up, and then when they come back to touch up the inside disinfect, that's when they'll give it a good cleaning, but yeah, they said it was kind of a hangout for somebody for a while. So.
But he knows.
Don't know.
You're
Yeah.
wondering why your water tastes like beer.
Oh, we don't use that.
This is the one,
We
this is
don't
new
use that
now,
one,
we
yeah.
haven't used it yet, so,
Funny, somebody didn't see somebody up there though. man.
right. Yeah, so,
You'd walk or park pretty close to that.
yeah, so anyways, they got that taken care of, although that thing's coming, so once that, they should have it hopefully this week and get it on there, the ladder guard, so.
I want to do some drive-bys occasionally
Yeah.
for a few minutes.
Make sure it's under control.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He hasn't got back to you. He's still doing the study on the water and the sewer rates and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Melissa, are you on?
Yep. Sorry, I should have picked up my litter at the tank there, Easy.
yeah. I knew it.
I don't have a lot, but I have been working on updating the Tribal Iowa website for every town. So it's time consuming and a lot of information, so. But it's pretty, it'll be good when it's all done. And then, did you guys get the email about the congresswoman being in town tomorrow?
Yes.
So that, yeah.
Are you guys going? Because I have
I'm-
to put up a
I'm
special
not.
notice.
won't make it.
I'm gonna try to make it.
You go then.
That's why it wasn't on there, so I thought I better ask to make sure we don't do it.
I won't be able to either.
You represent.
There you go. Alrighty. Anything else, Melissa?
I don't think so.
You guys got anything for Melissa?
Not that I can think of.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Anything new on EMS or anything? Department head discussion. Anybody, I see you got a jail inspection this week, right? Or
Jail
today?
inspection today, and I won't be in on Friday.
Gotcha. Anybody else? Supervisors. AJ?
I don't even know what I did last week. Remember, we have my calendar. The week flew by, I didn't know that. I know why I did, I didn't have nothing.
Report.
Oh, that's it.
At good intention, exec board meeting, we're in the process of reviewing our employee handbook and just, we got about halfway through it on Wednesday and we'll probably set up another meeting to kind of finish it up. Hopefully we can get the last half reviewed. Makes a lot of just verbiage changes and things like that. It hadn't been reviewed for several years. So we did have a big question on, we have kind of PTO time down there and it's unlimited. They can store that up and stuff. So we're kind of curious to make sure that that gets on the liability side of our balance sheet so that we know what we owe.
Yeah, keep track of that.
It's quite a bit, because there's a lot of employees down there. They're pretty much on demand. I mean, they're called in, they have to show up, just like the department, that kind of stuff, they need to be there, so. That was just a question we had, but we will continue to review the handbook and hopefully get that done before the end of the year, so.
Okay. I had, Partners for Children. We basically went through the contracts and the financials and had a lengthy discussion on the alignment with HHS and how that's going to affect us. I had North Iowa Children's Alliance and their we're just starting off with the first fiscal year here. So once again, it was just certain things. The biggest thing is we were looking for a citizen board member and Shanna Butler got Lacey Waller to take that position. So we got another Worth County person on the board, which was a plus. So that worked out really good for Worth County. Other than that, I had a department head meeting. And that I thought went quite a lengthy discussion. It lasted from 9:30 to almost 12 o'clock. Teresa came down and went through family and medical leave and the paperwork as to who does it, who doesn't do it, sick leave, everything she tried to cover in there. I thought she did a very good job of that. And then we went through different stuff like security and safety. And one of the things that got brought up was exit signs. And I sent an email to Mark Thomason and he just responded now with, he's going to do some more looking into that. He said he brought up the fact of we might need to have signs outside like the boiler room that says this is not an exit. So he's doing the work on looking into that for me. And then the other thing that came up was the employees want fire, tornado, and active shooter drills. And Dan, you're gonna do the active shooter, you said? And I got a hold of Mark and he said he's kind of organized it or helped with it, but he would kind of do that for the tornado and the fire drills. Probably a tornado drill in the spring and a fire drill in the fall and all of that stuff. And then we brought up certain things that we've ran into problems with claims not being turned in on time, the use of credit cards, and that when you turn in your claims, bring a personal check with if you used it wrong. So Chelsea doesn't have to chase you down. And a lot of that stuff was discussed. And then the other thing that came up was what each department wants Brian to do as a custodian so that we can review this with him. We did put a committee together to get information back from each department on their weekly, monthly, and possibly once a year jobs. And I'm on it, and Teresa Olson's on it, Cindy Thompson's on it, and Jessica Ryerson's on it. So we're gonna kind of put this list together, and then we're gonna sit down with Brian, so he knows what's going on. And the other thing that was brought up was getting a pickup for Brian to run like with trees and stuff, because he was borrowing, like he'll borrow riches and this kind of stuff. And, you know, running back and forth with the treasurer's office and over to public health and this kind of stuff. He's got a little scooter now, I guess he uses. So that was one of the things we probably have when we sit down and discuss some of this stuff, just kind of keep it in mind that we might have to get him a means of transportation for when he does cleanup around here and this kind of stuff.
We never had a problem with them borrowing it, but it's just that, to me, it felt a little bit more convenient to have given something to utilize around the ground a little bit. Instead of, I know a lot of times he uses his own stuff.
And he shouldn't have to use his own truck. So that's something that think about, guys. Other than that, Brian is gonna be on vacation for 2 weeks on starting September 4th and September 11th. That's for sure, and he might possibly go on the first of October, that weekend there. So, and that's something that I talked to Brian about was who gets his replacement and this kind of stuff. And he talked to me about it, and he's gonna let me, he said he'd get back to me today with whether his wife was willing to fill in or not. So, but that's about, yeah, that's, you know, they discussed ARP, building concerns, all this kind of stuff. So I kind of got them up to date on where we were at with that kind of stuff. So that's what I had. And when we get that done with that list, we'll have to sit down with Brian here and have, we should have an evaluation at least once a year. So, and I don't think he's had one for quite some time. That's what I had last week. Next week's agenda.
Jackie, or Teresa had a comment. She said that the plat books are in her office, 2023 plat books are in her office and they're available for $25.
For the treasurer's office, too.
Good. Thank you, Teresa. So anybody see anything on there that other than Ashley Henson tomorrow at the library? If not, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion carried. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.